Hello guys, welcome to Ride VIP, the Rideshare channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video, it is Saturday, happens to be 9:45 p.m. Usually I do pretty good on a Saturday. Today, however, I'm not sure if I'm doing good. So what I'm gonna do right now is take a look, because I feel that things are not going my way, because some of the offers I've been getting, they're just a little bit ridiculous. So I just said no to 3 offers, and I just went offline before it could kick me off. It's like they just want to pay 50 cents a mile on a Saturday? And no, I don't think so. So look, I have made $102 in 4 hours, 35 minutes. While my income is getting quite worse, wow, for a Saturday to make basically less than $100 in 4 hours, that's not good. Over here was Friday. I worked, looks like almost 8 hours, and as you could see, it's even worse. Over here, almost 8 hours. It was better, but I got a $65 promotion. So when you remove that, it's like right around, let's just say like 167 or whatever it's gonna be. Also, not that great. Looks like overall Uber income has been going down again. $180 for 10 hours, should be at least 200. I like to make at least $100 per every 4 hours, and apparently this has not been the case. Like look, this is a Tuesday, basically 8 hours, 150, compared to almost 8 hours under 50 on a Friday. Like, what kind of sense does that make? So here I made 102. And as you could see, tips has been very slim to none. How am I doing on the Quest? 21 out of 50. Yesterday I quit early, but did I? I worked almost 8 hours and 2 hours of commuting added on top of that. And on top of that, like 1 hour for lunch, because I do like to sit down and at least eat some nice food, even though I get it to go. That's like 11 hours. And I'm saying it's slow because it's slow for me. I usually like to push like 12 hours out. Yeah, my acceptance rates hasn't really improved because I've been just saying a lot of no's. With all that being said, let me see, what am I really making here? Let's just say that I worked 38 hours, see, almost a 40-hour week. Basically 817 divided by 38 hours, making 21 and a half, which isn't bad, but is it good though? I still have to take fuel out of it, and some of you guys, your vehicle's depreciated, not mine, because it's been fully depreciated. Of course, I do service it myself, so I save quite a bit of money on the service aspect of it. So it still makes it worth my while. And right now, currently, I have 247,000 miles, 188, and I bought this car with 193,000 miles. So basically, I put 54,000 miles on my BMW. So I bought it for $2,500. I think I did pretty well. Now, other things that I have done to it, it's just regular maintenance and upkeep, like tires, like a starter, like brake sensors, bearings, that's normal wear. And I just bought struts and shocks, which I paid $350 for the whole set. If this was a 3 Series, I would have paid $250. I found some for that, right around the same type of quality. I don't know why for the 5 Series it's a little bit more expensive. I guess a little bit more luxurious. But with all that being said, let's see. Let's see what's going on. I'm near the airport. Why was it giving me such trash? Like, it was like literally giving me trash and telling me it's Charlotte. You know, guys, I think the strategy I'm gonna start using right now, because I just been laid back thinking about stuff, and I just been on autopilot. Yes, I've been saying lots of no's, but at the same time, I've been on autopilot. And what I mean by that is I always have been on, like I'm talking about online, during the whole entire trip, when in reality, it's a good idea once you pick up the person, at the very minimum, hit the coffee mug, but best just to slide up and just hit offline, go offline. Because then Uber will think that there's not enough drivers when you go in offline. With a coffee cup, it may still think there's enough, but I think if you just go offline, you'll have a better chance at getting something better, because I think Uber will try to entice you with I don't know, like a better ride, at least to kind of get you going. But if they think you're going online and you just give up, they might entice you with something like a better ride offer when you do come back online. So let's test this theory. As you notice, I just basically, the whole entire time I've been talking, I haven't been online, so let's go online. And I literally just delivered somebody, and then I said no. They hardly give me any room to respond. It's not a bad ride, but I'm just gonna say no. And look what I'm gonna do. Look what I'm gonna do. Let me just go offline again. They didn't even let me go offline. I tried to like literally go offline because this is trash. Boom. Offline. They want to play games? Let's play games too. Let's see if we could entice them to do something. In the meantime, while we're waiting, let's see what Lyft. What is this? Heads up! Oh. Handheld phone usage affects tips. What? Let me screenshot this. Like, what are they talking about? Smooth drivers get more tips. How do they know that? Did you know Lyft research shows that riders often tip drivers more when they practice smooth driving habits, and who doesn't want more tips? Yeah, that was so monotone. What does it mean to be a smooth driver? The National Highway and Traffic Safety Administration tracks behaviors amongst unsafe drivers. According to the whatever, the most common unsafe behavior are harsh or late braking, swerving, speeding, and texting while driving. Over the next few pages, we'll share tips from safety experts. No, thank you. I don't want your tips. It's like, they don't want to pay us nothing, yet they want us to go above and beyond. All under the guise of like, oh, you'll get more tips. Understand you pay. Well, how does pay get started? Okay. With upfront pay, see where you're going and how much you earn before accepting a ride. Okay, fine. The fare for each ride is not based on a number of factors. They may include estimated time and distance and ride demand in the area. And look at that, $20.85. It doesn't say there's a surge or anything. 2.1 miles away, 13 miles. Of course we would take that ride. Like, wow. Whoever's ever looking at this, like, yeah, shoot, I could make $42 an hour with this. But they don't say if this is a Uber X or preferred or what. Of course, the driver's a 5-star rated, of course, Can be a less one, but I'm a 5-star rated with that. So let's say you'll always earn what you were shown up front unless there is a significant change to the ride. A significant change could be if the passenger makes an update in the app, like adding a stop or farther away drop-off location. In these rare cases, 3% of the rides will adjust your earnings, and you'll see the adjustments in your post-ride receipt. Okay, key takeaway. While you'll have all the information you need to decide what works for you, a great strategy is to stay busy earning by accepting all these ride requests. With upfront pay, you know where you're going and what you'll earn before you accept the ride. Have all the info you need to decide which ride works for you. Great job. You're all set. You're done with the tutorial. Wow, okay. I didn't know that was a tutorial. I just wanted to see how much we're getting paid. What is it being based on? So look at Lyft. They got all of these things going on here. They're basically, let's just go online. Let's see what they offer. So look, a similar ride to the one they just showed. This is what they're giving. I mean, this is slightly better than Uber's. Wait a minute. Wow, new rider. Oh no, thank you. Nope. I didn't even see that, guys. And look at that. I just increased my bonus. Okay, this is a 5-star rated driver. Okay, I'll take that. Alicia.
One pickup note for this ride. One pickup note for this ride.
You know, it's funny how they always try to give us instructions. You know, guys, haven't you experienced like this type of situation? Here you are driving, let's say for 10 miles or 10 minutes. And finally, you're nearing the rider's destination. And you're on the street. They're like, make a right. Make this left. Oh, go straight. My house is the third one from the back. It's the one with the white car. It's the one with the lights on. And you're like looking around. There's white cars in everybody's driveway. Everybody got their lights on. You know, it's like, they're so funny. It's like they're thinking like, oh, we're not going to be able to find their house. It's like, how do you think we made it this far? It's like, that is a question to ask. But anyways, guys, I don't want to bore you with anything else. But, you know, hopefully I provided some value. I really hope. Sometimes I have to think, like, did I? I really hope so. But if I didn't, let me know, guys, what can I do to improve? Other than that, I just want to basically share this kind of information with like-minded people like yourself. And we could all stay informed. We could all conversate at what's going on and make better decisions when picking people up. Because, guys, as you noticed, I did not accept a new ride. You know why? I don't know what to expect from that person. Even like today, I picked up a rider that had a star rating of 4.50. That was a girl I just dropped off. Wasn't going too far, and the ride was not paying that well, but it was paying $1 per mile. But I'm like, I much rather take a ride from a rider that has a star rating of 4.5, even 4 stars, than a brand new rider. You just don't know what to expect with a brand new rider. They just haven't been tested yet. And recently somebody asked me to talk about safety, and that is safety for you guys. That is a safety concern to me. You just don't know what to expect. And a lot of times these new riders, they're not well informed. Like, they don't know what's going on. They're clueless. And, you know, it could be a bad experience that way. Or they're brand new because somebody got kicked off the platform. Maybe they just started another account because, you know, that's how Uber is. And yesterday, oh man, I gotta tell you this. Yesterday, I came to a stop and I was waiting for these people at a pizza place. And I'm like, did they place this order? Did they call it in? But they took their time. It took 4 minutes. But anyways, I tried to call them to find out if they placed an order. Guess what? It says, the Text Now subscriber you called is unavailable. I'm like, Text Plus subscriber. I know what Text Plus is. Mainly, scammers are using that phone number because that phone number is only good for one thing, texting. It is not good for calls, which means they possibly already lost their account, and because it had something to do with their current phone number, they cannot use their current phone number. So now they're using a Text Plus account. And they didn't have a good rating to begin with. I don't know what the rating was, but it wasn't that good. And now I know why. Text Plus subscriber. So I think that's kind of important to see these type of things. And I think if you're unsure, like with that new rider, you know what I should have probably done is gave him a call. But of course that would mess up my video. But gave him a call and find out if that's a Text Plus subscriber. That would be a red flag. I would not pick him up. If they don't answer the phone, red flag. I will not pick them up. If somebody answers the phone, then I'm gonna ask them, is this a ride for yourself or are you requesting it for somebody else? And in that situation, depending on how the phone call goes, you could make a better decision as to should you be picking up another rider. Like recently, I got a request and I could tell it's a lady and she did it the proper way. It says she requested this ride for a friend. Also, she texted me on top of that before I even left, stating that this is a ride for somebody else, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, they said their name. So I'm like, oh man, not another one. So I gave her a call. She answered right away. And I said, ma'am, such and such. I said, is this a ride for you or your friend? She says, this is for somebody I know. And excuse me. She said, this is for such and such a person. And I asked her, do you know this person? She says, yes, this is my friend. I know them really well. And I'm like, okay. I believe that. At least it's something, right? But if she told me in some weird way, I would say, ma'am, like, if you don't know this person, right? I'm not about to trust them into my car. I had riders in my car that was like literally homeless people or somebody walking on the side of the highway, and a good Samaritan would like stop, request a ride for them, pay for that ride, then I show up and that person would get into my car. That was the old me. Nowadays I say no thank you, I will not do that. It's like, and they would say, oh sir, I've seen him walking on the side of the highway. He don't have no phone number or money on him. I've requested a ride for them. Can you just take him home? And I'm like, yeah, I could do that. Then they get into my car. They don't know a word of English. They look suspicious as shit. Excuse my language. And I'm like, what did I get myself into? And then I'm almost thinking like, man, I'm stupid. Like, why did I even take this ride? Why didn't I say no? But sometimes it's like, you're not prepared. Your doors are unlocked. They go ahead and get in. But it's not your rider. And you don't know that until you get there. So you know what I do now? Keep the doors locked. You pull up to the place, keep the doors locked. Also, another thing. If the rider's coming out, ask them, are you the only person going today? If they say yes, okay. Are you ready to go? Yes, okay. Open up the doors. Make sure it's your rider. But you know what I had like recently? I had, man, and I like, this was like super annoying, They wasted like 9 minutes of my time. I could not even leave, guys. First of all, I pulled up to this one address. I got a request. Their rating was good. I pulled up to the house. I was sitting there almost 5 minutes. I'm like counting my seconds. I'm thinking I'm about to get this cancellation fee and get on out of there, Well, guess what? Finally, the person steps out of the building. So I'm thinking, okay, I guess I'm picking up this person. So they barely made it to the car. Not drunk, just barely made it. Because they keep going back in and out of the house. I'm like, what the heck is he doing? Finally made it to my car. Sit down. And then I'm like, get ready. Oh, no, sir. There's somebody else coming. I'm like, okay. All right. So I'm waiting for that somebody else another couple of minutes. I'm already frustrated at this point. Like, I'm barely holding my cool. Like, I'm barely holding on there. So that somebody else gets into the car. Oh, no, sir. There's somebody else. Man, 2 more minutes. Couple more people come out. And then I'm thinking, okay, fine. We got 4 people in the car, right? Fine. No, sir. We got somebody else. What? And that other somebody else took like another 5 minutes. I swear. I said, guys, I did not even like select the ride yet. I could have still canceled on them. But I'm like sitting in the neighborhood. It's the hood, if you know what I mean. And I'm like, is it even worth going through the trouble of trying to basically cancel that ride and have them, I don't know, get out of my car and potentially run into some issues? But I did tell them, I said, I'm about to cancel this ride because, you know, you guys are not even all here. And they were not even going far. They were like literally going like a mile and a half. So you know I was not getting paid a lot for that ride. Maybe $3-4. And I'm like, that taught me a lesson. I'm like, okay, from now on, I will not unlock the doors unless I am certain that is the only person that I'm taking. And if everybody else did not come out yet, I'm going to say, I'm sorry. Let's wait for the other person. If it's going to be more than 5 minutes, I'm canceling this ride. Either you could get in, I'll take you, or I'm canceling this ride. But I literally had already other experiences. I had basically wealthy people like in lake communities. I'll arrive there, take their very little time, 5 minutes to come to my car, and I park at the end of the driveway, and I don't even go into the driveway because it's like lake homes, you know, they're really steep driveways. And so the rider finally gets into my car. He's like, oh, we gotta wait for my wife. Because, you know, it's a Saturday or Friday. They're going out. And I'm like, crap. This guy would be sitting in my car, wife taking another 10 minutes. I'm telling you. And I'm like thinking like, man, I mean, what do you do? Like, they're already late. They didn't even tip me. They didn't tell me there's a tip involved. And it's just, they think we're there to serve them. Like, we're not slaves. We are not slaves. I refuse to be a slave for that. So from now on, I don't care. That lake community, oh, I got a wife coming, and I'll talk to them outside. Like, I'll just open up a window. Sir, are you the only one that's going? Ma'am, are you the only one that's going? No, I gotta wait for my husband. No, I gotta wait for one. I'm gonna say very kindly, I said, ma'am or sir, I already been waiting here 3 or 4 minutes. You need to go get your wife or your husband. If it's gonna take longer than 5 minutes and there's no cash tip involved, you know, I gotta go. I gotta make money. I'm not getting paid for waiting, guys. I'm sorry. Because a lot of times they're like, oh, we're gonna tip you really good. Well, I already been getting comments. Some of you guys are receiving your tips a month later. I probably am too. I certainly noticed I already had a couple tips that was like a couple weeks late. I don't know if I got any like a month later. But if they tell you they're going to tip you really good and you don't get it, what's the good in that? You know, they need to give a Cash App tip, Venmo, cash, something. Because I'm going to say like, no, if it's through the app, I'm sorry. It has to be a cash tip, Cash App, Venmo. Then I'll wait. And, you know, like the taxi drivers. They used to come up to the building, same thing. Like it's in the movies all the time. I guess drivers has been dealing with this for ages. You know, their rider is always late. They're coming out late. And then finally they pick him up. They'll take him where they gotta go. And they said, oh, sir, can you please wait for me? I'll be back. And you'll always see the taxi driver just like, screw this, I'm driving off. And sometimes they get tipped, then they wait. And that's how it works. Why should we wait if we don't even have like no cash tip in hand? Yeah, I'll wait for you as long as you want. Pay me what I'm worth. You know, at least give me like $10. If I have to wait for you like 10 minutes, give me $5 if I gotta wait for you some extra time on top of the 5 minutes that I waited. I think anytime a rider has requested a ride, they should be out there and waiting for us to pick them up. Not be in a house somewhere. And I know that's really hard to cancel on that ride after 1 minute because we're not going to get paid for that. It doesn't look good on us, but it's really frustrating to wait for the rider to come out in 5 minutes or more. And usually they're taking more. And then along the way, they're like, oh, they don't want to add a stop, but they want you to stop somewhere. You know what I do in this situation? They don't add a stop. You know what I do, guys? I said, yeah, no problem. I let them out right there and then. I just dropped them off. I dropped them off. Guess what happened recently? And I didn't even notice this, so it's like not even my fault. I had this drunk in my car. He didn't want to add a stop because I told him. I said, listen, you need to add a stop. Because he was drunk. I waited for him like almost 5 minutes. He said, no, I just need to stop at this gas station. But you know, I'm like saying like with the way that you could understand, right? But I didn't know what the heck he was saying. He was a Mexican, he's speaking Spanish to me, and stop, gas station, you know. I don't know what he was saying. I understood. He pointed to some gas station. I'm like, yeah, I'm dropping your ass off right here. So yeah, I said, no problem. I pulled up there. Guess why? He left an anchor in my car. His iPad. Guess what? That was a week ago. I still got his iPad. I contacted Uber support. I told them I'll give it back to him. Set up a time and a place where I could take it to him and pay me for it. Guess what? I haven't heard nothing back. I still got his iPad. It's like these people leave anchors. I'll drive off. I don't care about the anchor anymore. I will drive off. Bag? Okay, I'll drive off with your bag. I'm not going to put it on the ground anymore. Like, actually, I've never done it anymore. So now, if I drive off with their anchor, well, guess what? They're paying me to bring that right back. Plus, I'm going to give them a bad rating. Then I don't have to get them again. They leave an anchor. They're way too late. That's it. I'll leave with their anchor. Whatever's in the car, I'll leave with that. It's like, no, you're not doing me like this. And I'm giving them 1 star. I'm going to write on there, they're taking too long or whatever. But anyways, guys, I did not expect myself to go on the rant, but it had to be said. We're all dealing with these same things, and it's like a lot of times where some of us are new. I'm not new. I've been around for a couple of years, but I'm not new to driving. I've been expediting for 14 years. But I didn't have to deal with people like that. But now it's like I did, what, 3,500 rides over that on Lyft, over 2,500 on Uber. And anyways, I just pulled up to my stop here. It's some rich neighborhood. Well, middle class neighborhood. Like, this is not rich, but it's clean. It's cookie cutter homes here. But guess what? Nobody's here. Nobody's waiting. Like actually, shoot, like, yeah. I just want to see if anybody comes out. Like, I'm here. I'm at the destination. I have arrived. Nobody waiting outside. And unfortunately for Lyft, they want you to call them before you could leave their ass, you know. But Uber, you could just cancel on them. You'll still get the cancellation fee. So that is a big advantage. Oh, man, I gotta say this other thing, guys, before I go. Be on the lookout for riders that add a stop. They'll usually add a stop after you already pick them up. You don't know there's a stop and all, but they'll pick you up. They'll add the stop after you pick them up. And you know what they're doing? Let's say that's a shopping center. They'll set up a pin behind the shopping center by the dumpsters, but they'll tell you to pick them, you know, take them to a restaurant. They do that so it will not register that you arrived, and then the timer will not count. But anyways, go to that place and check in. See you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.